Hello lovelies, here's the turkey stitch for the left-handed among you. Take your needle down through the fabric and leave a tail sticking out. And then we're going to bring our needle up through the fabric and we're going to make one small straight stitch across the top of the base of that tail. And take your needle all the way through. Now bring your needle up through the fabric right next to the base of the tail. So again, in the middle of that straight stitch, but slightly below it. And we're going to make a loop by going down into the fabric a stitch length away. There's our loop, which we're going to hold out of the way. And we're going to bring our needle up through the fabric at the end of that first straight stitch along the top. And then we're going to go back down into the fabric across the top of that stitch there. What we're basically doing here is we're creating these loops with a straight stitch across the top. These straight stitches are not going over the top of those loop stitches. They are literally along the very top. Just try to think of it as always doing a loop and then a straight stitch that's going to sort of anchor it in place for later on when we start to snip away at these loops. You can do your loops as long or as short as you like. It depends on what effect you're trying to achieve. When you've finished doing your turkey stitch, I normally finish off my stitches by running my needle and thread under a couple of the stitches at the reverse of the fabric and then snipping that off. But when you've done all your turkey stitch, then comes the fun part. You're going to snip the loops. So basically run your needle up through the loop and snip it at the top. When you've done that with all of your loops, you can then cut your turkey stitch to your desired length. I wouldn't make my loops as big as this if I was doing a very short turkey stitch. This was just for demonstration purposes only. But you can then you snip across the top, just like so. There we go. Now we've got some grass. Fluff it up a little. And now I'm going to show you the example of when I've put more turkey stitch in. There you go. Nice and oh, look, that's got a great texture. Happy stitching.